Hi there, welcome to Elementor class. This is a beginner level class, so if you are absolute beginner and if you never used the Elementor before, then this class is perfect for you. If you have a small knowledge about the using of WordPress and if you want to develop a dynamic and responsive website, then you can enroll this class, and once you will complete this class, you will be able to design a beautiful and responsive website. So let's take a look what you will learn from this course. You will learn from this course the use of Elementor. You will learn about the functionality of Elementor. You will learn about the helping plugins for Elementor. You will learn how to develop a site by adding template and blocks with the help of Elementor. And finally, you will learn how to develop a website from the scratch with zero knowledge or without coding knowledge by the helping of Elementor. So, once you will complete this site, you will able to design a beautiful website. So, you just need a basic knowledge about the use of WordPress, and along with the help of Elementor plugins, you will be able to complete a website. And during learning, if you face any problem, I'm always there for you to help you out. You just have to ask me the question. Hello everyone. In this lesson, we are going to learn about how to install Elementor in WordPress, and you can take a look over here. This cadencesteve.xyz, this is a new domain for us, and in this domain I installed WordPress. So this is my WordPress admin dashboard, and in this cadencesteve.xyz domain I'm going to create a website using Elementor. So that's why we have to install the Elementor plugins. So let's start the process how we will install Elementor plugins, then we will move for developing and designing a beautiful website in this cadencesteve.xyz in this domain using the Elementor plugins. Okay, so let's take a look in our dashboard. Okay, here is the URL, and you can take a look over here, cadencesteve.xyz/wp-admin. So right now I am inside my dashboard, and for installing the Elementor plugins, you have to go for plugins option, because you may know already all the functionality of plugins are inside this plugins option, and as we are going to apply or add a new plugins, that's why you have to click over add new option. So let me click add new. Okay, so here is some featured plugins are available, but we are not going to use this featured plugins. We wanna install Elementor plugin. Okay, and that's why we have to use this search bar, and if you take a look over this popular tab, then the Elementor website builder, this plugin will be available over here, but I'm not going to use from here because I want to show you one more things. That's why I'm going to search the Elementor plugin. From the search bar. Okay, now you can take a look. We have two things over here, likewise the Elementor website builder and essential add-ons for Elementor. So we have to use these two things, because if you work with these essential add-ons for Elementor with these plugins, then it will be easier for you to develop any kind of website, because this plugin will provide you some kind of elements, and that is really essential or necessary when you are going to develop a corporate or professional website. Okay, so the first part is we have to install the Elementor website builder, and in that case you just have to click on install now. You can take a look, it's installing. Okay, as well as we have to install these essential add-ons for Elementor. So I'm going to install this one also. Okay, so these two plugins, Elementor Website Builder and Essential Add-ons for Elementor, these two plugins is installed but not activated yet. Okay, so we have to activate the Elementor Website Builder plugins first. So I'm going to click Activate option. Okay, so it's asking me for creating my account, but you can skip this part, and you don't have to create your account. So in that case, you just have to click over this skip option. Okay, let me skip this part as well. And here it's asking for your site name, so we are going to change these things at later. That's why I'm going to skip this part. Okay, then it will ask you for adding a logo. So in that case, you just have to click over the Open Media Library, and then a pop-up will appear. So if you have the previous images, in that case you can add it from the media library, or you can use the upload files option for uploading the images from your computer, and in that case you just have to go for the select files. So I'm going to use this select files option. Then a pop-up will appear, and I have a folder, and inside my folder you can take a look over here. I have some images, and as well as I have some logos. So I'm going to use this logo small, this file, and you just have to select it, and then you have to click open. Okay, image is just uploaded, so you just have to go for a select option. Okay, so here is the logo file I just added, and then I'm going to click next. You can skip this part as well. Here is the skip option, but I am adding the logo because with the logo it will look very good, and that's why I just added the logo. Okay, now time for clicking on next, or you can just skip the part as well. Okay, so right now we are ready to move out. Okay, you can take a look over here that it's showing two options. The one is edit a blank canvas with Elementor editor, and second one is browse from 100+ templates or import your own. Okay, so here is two type of workspace will be available. If you want to develop a site without any template, and if you want to develop a site, or if you want to design a website from the zero or from the blank, in that case you can use this blank canvas. But if you want to have some template, in that case you can use this one, and you can import any kind of template from here. So I want to go with the edit a blank canvas with Elementor editor, and even you can also import or insert the templates with this blank canvas as well. So I'm going to select this one. Okay, so here is my option for editing my site, and you can take a look over here. This is the page, and here are all of the elements are available in here, and whatever you need you can just use the drag and drop option for building your site. But our task is not complete. We will come back in here, but I have some more work to do. That's why I am going to click in this hamburger icon over here, and when you click in hamburger icon you will have the option for exit to dashboard. Okay, I'm clicking exit to dashboard, and I just back in my dashboard. So let's take a look in our plugins option, and from there I want to go for the installed plugins, and you can take a look over here. This is the Elementor, and this Elementor plugins is activated, but the essential add-ons for Elementor, these plugins is not activated yet. So I have to activate these essential add-ons for Elementor. Okay, so let me click essential add-ons for Elementor, and I want to activate. That's why I have to click activate option. Okay, so it will ask you for different type of settings, likewise the advanced settings or custom settings, but I want to go for the basic. So here is the basic option. Then you have to go for the next, and then you will have some content elements, likewise creative button, info box. So I will suggest you, when you will activate the essential add-ons for Elementor, I will suggest you turn on all the things. Likewise this event calendar, it was turned out, but I just turned it on. Likewise the post grid, post timeline, advanced data tool, and in here you will get the view all option, and from there all the things you have to turn on. Because if you want to develop a professional website, in that case any of these things or any of this element will be required when you are going to develop a site. That's why everything in this elements page you can turn on, and once you are done you just have to go for next button. Okay, so here it's asking for upgrading a pro version. Actually Elementor have two versions. One is the free and another one is pro, that means it's paid. So if you going to use the paid version, or if you are going to use this pro version, in that case it will ask you some money. Likewise a yearly fee or a lifetime fee they will ask you. Let me take you on their website. Okay, you can take a look. Here is the elementor.com. this is the site, and you can use these Elementor plugins for free, and this is a really good plugins for design or develop a website by drag and drop. So you can use this Elementor for free, but if you want to get all the settings, all the features, if you want to use, in that case you have to go for a paid version. But paid version, for the paid version you have to pay some kind of a lifetime fee or annual fee. So let's take a look the fees. Here is the option for choose your plan. Then you will have some compare. There are different type of plans they do have. Likewise if you are going to use for one website, in that case you have to pay $49 per year, as well as if you want to go for 25 pro website activation, in that case you have to go for $200 per year. So they do have different type of plans, and when you are going to purchase any license, likewise this essential plan or expert plan, when you're going to purchase this plan, in that case you will have different type of features. But with the free plugins you were not able to have all the features they are providing on pro. Okay, but don't worry, with the free features you can create a complete professional website, because there are lots of other plugins are available. With the plugins you can do whatever you need. There are lots of free plugins are available. Likewise if you were going to create a slideshow on your website using Elementor, in that case with free Elementor plugins you will not have that option. But there are lots of alternative ways. Likewise there are some plugins available for free, likewise the smart slider. So instead of paid plugins of Elementor, or instead of pro plugins, you can use the free plugins, and for the creating a slideshow you can use the other alternative plugins. So there are lots of alternative plugins are available. So with the free Elementor you can create a beautiful and a professional website as well. Okay, so let's close this tab. Okay, so I'm not going to upgrade to pro, I'm just going to click on next. And this is one of the most interesting things, that is this templately. If you install this templately, this is some kind of add-ons, and if you install this templately you will have more than 2000 plus a ready template to build your website, and with that ready template your task will be easier. So in that case you can install this templately and it will be activated automatically. Okay, you can take a look over here, it's activated. So for the essential add-ons for Elementor I also activated this templately. Okay, so I'm going to click on next. Then it will take you to the integrations page, and you can take a look over here. There are some more plugins are available in here, and depend on your needs, do you need to install or not. So I'm not going to install these plugins right now, because as I was saying, that depend on your niche of a website or depend on your website category, you can add or you can install the necessary plugins, and there are lots of free plugins are available. So I'm not going to install this plugins right now, so I'm going to click next. And if you want to be a contributor, in that case you can click on count me in, or if you don't want to be any contributor, in that case you can just click no thanks. Okay, so here is our notification and the essential add-ons. This part is done, and as well as we installed Elementor. So after installing the essential add-ons as well as the Elementor plugins, you can take a look over here. We have the option in our panel. This is the Elementor panel, and this is the essential add-ons panel. Okay, so from now, whatever you need, you can just go from the here, and you can do the settings from here as well. Okay, so now time for modification, and let's take a look in our main site. So here is our main domain here, and now I'm going to reload this page. Okay, there is nothing changed because we just installed plugins. We didn't added any new themes. That's why we still have the same design or same outlook of our site. Okay, so I'm going to back to my dashboard, and I want to add a theme. So that's why I'm going to click on appearance, and from there I'm going to click on themes option. And as you know, there are lots of free themes are available, and for adding a new themes you just have to go for add new option. Then you will have lots of free themes available, and here is a search bar. You can search any keyword that's required with your site. So at first we do have the Astra themes. This is one of the widely used themes, and you can use it for free. So I'm going to install this Astra themes, and here is the option for installing. So I'm just clicking install, and we can take a look. It's installing. Okay, so our theme is just installed, but it's not activated yet, so I have to activate the entire theme. Okay, so now you can take a look. Our active theme is Astra. Now we are going to back our main site, and I'm going to reload the page. Okay, here we go. Now our outlook or design is just changed. Hello everyone, in this lesson we are going to learn about how to install Elementor in WordPress, and you can take a look over here. This cadensteve.xyz, this is a new domain for us, and in this domain I installed WordPress. So this is my WordPress admin dashboard, and in this cadensteve.xyz domain I'm going to create a website using Elementor. So that's why we have to install the Elementor plugins. So let's start the process how we will install Elementor plugins, then we will move for developing and designing a beautiful website in this cadensteve.xyz in this domain using the Elementor plugins. Okay, so let's take a look in our dashboard. Okay, here is the URL, and you can take a look over here, cadensteve.xyz/wp-admin. So right now I am inside my dashboard, and for installing the Elementor plugins you have to go for plugins option, because you may know already all the functionality of plugins are inside this plugins option, and as we are going to apply or add a new plugins, that's why you have to click over add new option. So let me click add new. Okay, so here is some featured plugins are available, but we are not going to use this featured plugins. We wanna install Elementor plugin. Okay, and that's why we have to use this search bar. And if you take a look over this popular tab, then the Elementor website builder, this plugin will be available over here. But I'm not going to use from here because I want to show you one more things. That's why I'm going to search the Elementor plugin. From the search bar. Okay, now you can take a look. We have two things over here. Likewise, the Elementor website builder and essential add-ons for Elementor. So we have to use these two things, because if you work with these essential add-ons for Elementor with these plugins, then it will be easier for you to develop any kind of website, because this plugin will provide you some kind of elements, and that is really essential or necessary when you are going to develop a corporate or professional website. Okay, so the first part is we have to install the Elementor website builder, and in that case you just have to click on install now. You can take a look, it's installing. Okay, as well as we have to install these essential add-ons for Elementor, so I'm going to install this one also. Okay, so these two plugins, Elementor website builder and essential add-ons for Elementor, these two plugins is installed but not activated yet. Okay, so we have to activate the Elementor website builder plugins first. So I'm going to click activate option. Okay, so it's asking me for creating my account, but you can skip this part, and you don't have to create your account. So in that case you just have to click over this skip option. Okay, let me skip this part as well. And here it's asking for your site name, so we are going to change these things at later. That's why I'm going to skip this part. Okay, then it will ask you for adding a logo. So in that case you just have to click over the open media library, and then a pop-up will appear. So if you have the previous images, in that case you can add it from the media library, or you can use the upload files option for uploading the images from your computer, and in that case you just have to go for the select files. So I'm going to use this select files option. Then a pop-up will appear, and I have a folder, and inside my folder you can take a look over here. I have some images, and as well as I have some logos. So I'm going to use this logo small, this file, and you just have to select it, and then you have to click open. Okay, image is just uploaded, so you just have to go for a select option. Okay, so here is the logo file I just added, and then I'm going to click next. You can skip this part as well. Here is the skip option, but I am adding the logo because with the logo it will look very good, and that's why I just added the logo. Okay, now time for clicking on next, or you can just skip the part as well. Okay, so right now we are ready to move out. Okay, you can take a look over here that it's showing two options. The one is edit a blank canvas with Elementor editor, and second one is browse from 100+ templates or import your own. Okay, so here is two type of workspace will be available. If you want to develop a site without any template, and if you want to develop a site, or if you want to design a website from the zero or from the blank, in that case you can use this blank canvas. But if you want to have some template, in that case you can use this one, and you can import any kind of template from here. So I want to go with the edit a blank canvas with Elementor editor, and even you can also import or insert the templates with this blank canvas as well. So I'm going to select this one. Okay, so here is my option for editing my site, and you can take a look over here. This is the page, and here are all of the elements are available in here, and whatever you need you can just use the drag and drop option for building your site. But our task is not complete. We will come back in here, but I have some more work to do. That's why I am going to click in this hamburger icon over here, and when you click in hamburger icon you will have the option for exit to dashboard. Okay, I'm clicking exit to dashboard, and I just back in my dashboard. So let's take a look in our plugins option, and from there I want to go for the installed plugins, and you can take a look over here. This is the Elementor, and this Elementor plugins is activated, but the essential add-ons for Elementor, these plugins is not activated yet. So I have to activate these essential add-ons for Elementor. Okay, so let me click essential add-ons for Elementor, and I want to activate. That's why I have to click activate option. Okay, so it will ask you for different type of settings, likewise the advanced settings or custom settings, but I want to go for the basic. So here is the basic option, then you have to go for the next, and then you will have some content elements, likewise creative button, info box. So I will suggest you, when you will activate the essential add-ons for Elementor, I will suggest you turn on all the things. Likewise this event calendar, it was turned on, but I just turned it on. Likewise the post grid, post timeline, advanced data tool, and in here you will get the view all option, and from there all the things you have to turn on. Because if you want to develop a professional website, in that case any of these things or any of this element will be required when you are going to develop a site. That's why everything in this elements page you can turn on, and once you are done you just have to go for next button. Okay, so here it's asking for upgrading a pro version. Actually Elementor have two versions. One is the free and another one is pro, that means it's paid. So if you going to use the paid version, or if you are going to use this pro version, in that case it will ask you some money. Likewise the yearly fee or a lifetime fee they will ask you. Let me take you on their website. Okay, you can take a look. Here is the elementor.com. this is the site, and you can use these Elementor plugins for free, and this is a really good plugins for design or develop a website by drag and drop. So you can use this Elementor for free, but if you want to get all the settings, all the features, if you want to use, in that case you have to go for a paid version. But for the paid version you have to pay some kind of a lifetime fee or annual fee. So let's take a look the fees. Here is the option for choose your plan. Then you will have some compare. There are different type of plans they do have. Likewise if you are going to use for one website, in that case you have to pay $49 per year, as well as if you want to go for 25 pro website activation, in that case you have to go for $200 per year. So they do have different type of plans, and when you are going to purchase any license, likewise this essential plan or expert plan, when you're going to purchase this plan, in that case you will have different type of features. But with the free plugins you were not able to have all the features they're providing on pro. Okay, but don't worry, with the free features you can create a complete professional website, because there are lots of other plugins are available. With the plugins you can do whatever you need. There are lots of free plugins are available. Likewise, if you were going to create a slideshow on your website using Elementor, in that case with free Elementor plugins you will not have that option, but there are lots of alternative ways. Likewise, there are some plugins available for free, likewise the smart slider. So instead of paid plugins of Elementor, or instead of pro plugins, you can use the free plugins, and for the creating a slideshow you can use the other alternative plugins. So there are lots of alternative plugins are available. So with the free Elementor you can create a beautiful and a professional website as well. Okay, so let's close this tab. Okay, so I'm not going to upgrade to pro, I'm just going to click on next. And this is one of the most interesting things, that is this templately. If you install this templately, this is some kind of add-ons, and if you install this templately you will have more than 2000 plus ready template to build your website, and with that ready template your task will be easier. So in that case you can install this templately and it will be activated automatically. Okay, you can take a look over here, it's activated. So for the essential add-ons for Elementor, I also activated this templately. Okay, so I'm going to click on next. Then it will take you to the integrations page, and you can take a look over here. There are some more plugins are available in here, and depend on your needs, do you need to install or not. So I'm not going to install this plugins right now, because as I was saying that depend on your niche of a website, or depend on your website category, you can add or you can install the necessary plugins, and there are lots of free plugins are available. So I'm not going to install this plugins right now, so I'm going to click next. And if you want to be a contributor, in that case you can click on count me in, or if you don't want to be any contributor, in that case you can just click no thanks. Okay, so here is our notification and the essential add-ons. This part is done, and as well as we installed Elementor. So after installing the essential add-ons as well as the Elementor plugins, you can take a look over here. We have the option in our panel. This is the Elementor panel, and this is the essential add-ons panel. Okay, so from now whatever you need, you can just go from the here, and you can do the settings from here as well. Okay, so now time for modification, and let's take a look in our main site. So here is our main domain here, and now I'm going to reload this page. Okay, there is nothing changed because we just installed plugins, we didn't added any new themes. That's why we still have the same design or same outlook of our site. Okay, so I'm going to back to my dashboard, and I want to add a theme. So that's why I'm going to click on appearance, and from there I'm going to click on themes option. And as you know, there are lots of free themes are available, and for adding a new themes you just have to go for add new option. Then you will have lots of free themes available, and here is a search bar. You can search any keyword that's required with your site. So at first we do have the Astra themes. This is one of the widely used themes, and you can use it for free. So I'm going to install this Astra themes, and here is the option for installing. So I'm just clicking install, and we can take a look. It's installing. Okay, so our theme is just installed, but it's not activated yet, so I have to activate the entire theme. Okay, so now you can take a look. Our active theme is Astra. Now we are going to back our main site, and I'm going to reload the page. Okay, here we go. Now our outlook or design is just changed. Hello everyone, welcome back once again. So right now we are going to learn how to set up a home page on WordPress for using the Elementor. Okay, so you can take a look over here, canaansteve.xyz. This is our main domain and this is the home page of our site. So you must need to know what is home page. When you are going to browse a website and after clicking or after placing the enter URL, which page is visible to you at first, that's called the home page. Likewise, when you are going to browse this canaansteve.xyz, this domain, this page will be appear at first. So this is your home page. Okay, and this page is defaultly provided by the WordPress, but I'm not going to use this first page or this default page. I'm going to create a new page and I'm going to set that new page as a home page. That's why we have to create a page first, and to create a page you just have to go back to your dashboard, and if you scroll up you will have this page option. Okay, so let me click pages option. Then you can take a look. We do have 3 pages: Elementor 7, privacy policy, and simple page. So I'm going to create a new page, and for creating a new page you just have to go for add new. Okay, so here is the option and I'm going to write home page. Okay, so we are going to create a page with the name of home page, and as we're going to use this page as a home page, in that case we have to change the page attributes. So if you take a look at right side, here is the page attributes, and right now we do have the default template, but I'm going to change these things from here. So I'm going to click in this default template and I'm going to select this Elementor full width. So I'm going to select this one, and once you're done you just have to go for publish option. So using this Elementor with full width, then you will have the complete full width home page on your site, and this is always a good practice. So please try to always use this Elementor with full width, this page attributes, and once you are done you just have to go for publish option. Okay, so you can take a look, a new page is just created. So for ensure you just have to click on this all pages, then you will have the option how many pages are on your site. So as we just created a home page, here is our home page. So as we just create the home page, let's take a look in our main site and let's reload the page. Is it changed or not? Okay, nothing is changed because we just create a page only, but till yet that page is not set it up. Okay, so we are going to set that home page, and that's why you have to go for this customize option. So I'm going to click on this customize option, or if you were unable to find this customize option from your site, in that case you just have to go for the appearance, and from there you will get this customize option. And if you want to get this customize option in your site, in that case you must have to be logged in. Okay, so I'm going to click on customize. Okay, so here is the option for customization. So I'm going to change this homepage settings. Okay, once you scroll down, in that case you will get this homepage setting, and from there you have to choose this static page. Okay, right now our home page is displayed with your latest post. That means what post you will create, that post will be appeared at top. But we're not going to use this anymore. We are going to select a static page, and that's why you just have to go for a static page, and you have to select which page will be your home page. So from here is the list for selection. Here is the home page option. So I'm going to use this home page, and once you are done, you just have to go for publish. Okay, so you can take a look over here, it's published, and I'm going to close this customization. Okay, so we just have a blank canvas or blank page. Now we are going to change everything, and now we will start editing our page with the Elementor. Hello everyone, welcome back once again, and now we're going to learn about the functionality of Elementor. Okay, so I want to tell you one thing, is that Elementor have two type of plans. Right now we're using the free plans, and they do have the paid plans. You will not get all the features in this free plan. So I'm going to show you the use of free plans, and I'm going to show you the use of pro or paid plans. You will not get all the features in pre-plan, but you can create beautiful and responsive website with the free Elementor plan. And in that case, you will need some different type of plugins help. But don't worry, I'm going to cover free and the pro both part in here, and we will create a responsive and beautiful website. Okay, so now we will be introduced with the functionality, and that's why we have to open a page. And in our last lesson we changed our home page, and I want to start the editing from the home page, and that's why you have to click on this pages option, and from there you will get this all pages option. So let me click on this all pages. It will redirect you to all pages, and here you can take a look. Here is the home page, this page we created. And right now this home page is set for the landing page or front page. So for editing, you just have to go for the edit option. But remember one thing, so we will not edit the front page or home page in here. We will edit in Elementor. So that's why you have to go for the edit with Elementor option. So let me click edit with Elementor, and it will redirect you in a new environment. Okay, you can take a look over here. It's the environment of Elementor, and in the right side here you can use the drag and drop option, and here is all the elements. As I told you before, Elementor is very easy to use, and it's just a drag and drop. Okay, so you can take a look over here. We have a block in here, and we got three things. So with this option and with this element, we will develop a site. Okay, so you can take a look. It's the block, and when you will click on this plus sign, it will ask you for the structure. So will you keep a single structure, or you will keep a two column structure? So here is the two column. That means when you will select a structure, will you keep a single one or the two column structure? So let me show you the difference between the single structure or two column structure. So I'm picking up the single column structure, and you can take a look over here. A single structure is added, and let me click once again in here, and now I'm going to pick up the second one or the two column structure. And you can take a look over here. Here is an option for adding the elements, as well as here is also. So for the first one, for this one, I picked a single structure, so it will cover only with the one structure, and in here you can keep one and two different column or two different structure you can add, or you can add two different element over here. And if you want to add more, you just have to click over here in the plus sign, and then you will get different type of structures. If you want to add more than two, in that case you can use this three structure. Here is the fourth structure. Or if you want to add two structure, in that case you can use this also. So in right side you will have enough space, and in the left side you will have the small space. So let me show you. So you can take a look. In left side we have the small space, and in right side we have the large space. So depend on your needs, you can pick any kind of structure from here. If you need more than 4 structure, or if you need 5 structure, you can pick it up from here. Here is the 5 structure or 5 column structure, and here is the 5 option, or you can add the 5 elements in these 5 blocks. Okay, so for the first one we added a single structure, for the second we added 2 column, for the third one we added 2 column, but here is a spacing issue. But you can change the spaces. With the default spaces, in right side we have more spaces, in left side we have less spaces. But if you want to customize the spaces, you just have to place your mouse in between these 2 column, and when you will place the mouse in this line, here is the separator line, when you will place the mouse in the line, your mouse cursor will be changed. And if you want to increase or decrease the spaces in any specific side, you can change it, and in that case you just have to hold your mouse left button and you have to move left side or right side. So for increasing the space in right side, you just have to move your mouse at right side, and I'm going to place over here. Okay, so now we have the same 2 column and the similar space we do have for our this block, and here is the 5 one. Here is the 5 columns, and you can also change the spaces, and you just have to place your mouse in the border line and you can change the spaces. Okay, so here is the simple process for adding blocks. Okay, so we learned how to add the blocks, but here is the blocks. But in these blocks, what we will add, it's very simple. You can take a look over here inside the blocks. Here is the plus sign. Here is the plus sign. So when you will click in this plus sign, in the left side or the elements bar, you will have the different type of option over here. Likewise, if you want to add some kind of image, you just have to select the image and you just have to drag the image and you just have to drop in the plus sign. Okay, so you can take a look over here. We have the option for adding image, and for adding the image, you just have to choose the image from your media library. Let me show you a sample. So for choosing the image, you just have to click over here. Here is the option for adding or choosing the image. Then it will redirect you to the media library. So from the media library, you can pick it up from here, or you can upload your files. So let me upload a file, and for upload a file, you just have to go for the upload files tab, and from there you just have to go for the select files. So when you will click on select files, a pop-up will be appeared. So let me click on the select files, and you can take a look, a pop-up is appeared. And from your computer where you keep the image file, you just have to select the places or the folders, and from the folders you have to select the files or select the image. So let me click this image, and you just have to go for the open option. Then the image will be start uploading at your media library. So upload is done, and you just have to go for the insert media. Okay, you can take a look over here. Here is the image is added, and here is the option for changing the image size. So right now we have the large size, and you can take a look over here. There are different type of presets are available. Likewise the medium. So if you click the medium, the image size will be in like this, and here is the option or alignments for the placing of image. Right now it's the center alignment, it's have the center alignment, but if you want to change the alignment, you just have to use the left alignment, then the image will be move on left side. If you want to place this image at right side, you just have to click the right alignment. Okay, so I'm going to keep this image at center alignment, and I want to change the image size. I want to go for the medium size. Okay, looks good. Okay, so now I want to show you about the text. So this is the image. Likewise, after the image you want to add some text. So in here we do have the two field or two column or two blocks. So in first column I will keep the text, and in second column I will keep the image. How you will do that? You can do that very easily. You know, for adding the content or adding the elements in your left side, you just have to click on this first or this first plus button, and when you will click on this plus button in here in left side, this feature will be removed and the elements picking option will be available. Let me click on this plus sign. Here is the plus sign, and you can take a look. We got the elements over here, and you can take a look. We have lots of elements in here, but all the elements are not free. You can take a look in here. Likewise, the one page navigation or logo, carousel. So we have a log icon over here. That means you cannot use these elements because it's right now we are using the free version, and this feature not enabled with the free version. In that case you have to go for the pro version. But this one EA, that means these elements came with the essential add-ons for Elementor. We added a plugins, and with the plugins now we got these elements, and it's a free things, and you can use this one. This is EA, that means essential add-ons, and you must have to use the essential add-ons, and that's definitely a good practice. Okay, so this one is like the social icon, the star rating, likewise this heading, intersection, videos, buttons. These are the free things, and you can use it very easily. Okay, so in here in left side I'm going to add some text, and for the text you can pick this text editor, and you just have to drag this text editor and you just have to drop in here, and here is the field for typing the text. So if you want to change or if you want to add the text, you can add from here, or you can directly type in here. So I want to show you from here, because in here in left side or the text editor, it's called a text editor, you can get the more features. Here is the more features. So let me delete this default text, and I want to write hello world. Okay, so hello world, this is the text, and here is all the option for adding the text. Likewise, right now we do have the paragraph style, but if you want to change the text format, you can change it very easily. Here is the paragraph option, and if you want to go for the heading or heading 2, heading 3, 4, you can change it very easily. So in that case you just have to go for the paragraph option, and here is the option for heading 1. And you can take a look over here. Once you use the heading 1, the size of text will be bigger. Here is the heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. Okay, so with the number of increasing of a heading, the size of font will be smaller, and for the heading 1, this called the H1 tag, with the heading 1 you will get the larger font. Okay, so if you want to change the text pattern, likewise if you want to make the bold or italic or underline, in that case you can do that very easily. So let me go for the paragraph option, and if you want to make this text bold, you just have to select this text, and you can go for the, here is the bold option, and you can take a look over here. Here is the live preview, And if you want to make the italic, you just have to click on italic option, and you can take a look the change, and here is the option for underline. Okay, this is the basic features of MS Word. So I'm pretty sure you are familiar with these things. Okay, so here is the text, and along with text, if you want to add the image or any other things, you can add it very easily. Okay, so let me show you. I want to add the different elements in the second blocks or second column. So you have to follow the same procedure. You just have to go for the plus option, and here is the option for adding the elements. You just have to pick what you need. Okay, so I want to add an image along with the text. So here is the text, and I want to add an image. So here is the image. You just have to drag and drop the image element, and you know the process for adding the image. Here is the option for adding the image. I'm going to pick this one once again. So you just have to select it, and you have to go for the insert media. Okay, so we do have the same image over here. We do have the text, we do have the image. Okay, so now I want to add a heading. For this block. I want to add a heading. So you just have to go for the plus sign, and here is the heading option. So I want to add this heading to this block, and here is the option for adding the heading. So I want to write some text over here, and whatever you write over here, it will be appeared in here in live preview. So I want to write the first heading. Okay, the first heading, you can take a look over here, and whatever changes you are doing in the site, you just have to go for the update option. So here is the update option. Let me click the update. Okay, so here the page is updated, but where is the preview? Where is the real preview? I want to take a look at the real preview. For a real preview, you have to go for the option, this eye icon beside the update button. When you will click on this preview changes or this eye icon button, a new tab will be appeared, and you will have the preview of your site. So for the first block, we added this image. For the second block, we added two things. In the left side, we added the text. In the right side, we added the image. And for the third block, we added the first heading in left side, and we do have the things in second block. Okay, let's get back to our editing page. So here is the editing page. Okay, so here is the first heading, and now we will change or customize this heading. Okay, for customizing the heading, what you will do. Okay, suppose you want to add a hyperlinks in this text. In that case, what you will do? This is very simple process. If you want to redirect a website with this heading, you can do that very easily. That means when someone will click on this heading or on this text, that person will be redirecting a new website or a new page. You can do that very easily. I want to write, or I want to build a link with this text, and here is the option for building the link. Okay, so I want to write www.google.com. Okay, so when someone who will click the first heading in this text, that person will be redirecting google.com. So that's why I just placed www.google.com, and once you are done, you just have to use the update option. So let me click update, and you can take a look over here. It's automatically reloading the preview page. So let me take a look in our preview page, and let me place my mouse cursor the first heading, and when I'm placing my mouse cursor, my mouse icon is going to change. So let me place the mouse cursor, and you can take a look, it's changing. So I want to click the first heading text, and you can take a look. you can take a look over here, is redirect us in google.com. So this is the very simple process for adding the link in a text, and it's very simple. So let me click on this back option. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is how we will add the heading, and I want to get back to our editing page. Okay, so now let's move on the size factor of this heading. Likewise, we do have the default size of this text, and if you want to change the size of this text, here is the option for changing the size. So here is the size option, and under the size you will get default size setting. But if you want to make this heading size smaller or larger, you can do that. So in that case, you just have to go for the default option under the size function, and here is a small option. So if you want to make the small in size, you can make it very easily. If you want to go for the medium, you can make the text medium. If you want to create the large option, you can make it large. Here is the XL, and here is the double XL. Okay, so there are different type of size available in here. And the second things come with the HTML tags. So if you know the HTML code, in that case right now it's have the h2 tags, but if you want to change the tags, you can change it very easily. You know, the HTML tag it's really very important for us SEO or search engine optimization. So if you want to keep this larger heading size, but if you want to change the tag, you can do that very easily. So right now we do have the h2 tag, but you may know the h1 and h2 tag is really very effective for the SEO. So in that case, you can change the tag from here. Here is the option, and you can very easily set the h1 tag. And now the size of this text is not changing as we used the h1 tag, because we are using the larger size in here. Okay, so here is the option for changing the HTML tag, and then we will get the alignment option. And you know the use of alignment. Right now we do have the left alignment. If you want to take it in right side, you can easily take it in right. Here is the center, here is the left, and this is the justified alignment. Okay, so but justified alignment it really work good with some more lines, but we only have the single lines over here. So I want to go for the center alignment. Okay, cool. Now we will change the style of this heading. I want to tell you one thing, that we're not developing a website right now. We are just getting introduced with the function. What function work for which purpose? When you will know the use of functionality, you can develop the site very easily. That's why we're getting introduced with the functionality. And after this lesson, we will create a website from the beginning, from a root, or we will develop a site from the blank canvas. So before that, we need to get introduced with the functionality. Okay, let's focus on style. And for changing the style of this text, here is the option for changing the style. So here is the style option. You just have to click over the style option, and then you will have the option for changing the text color, changing the typography, or changing the text font. Here is the text stroke. Here is the option for text shadow and blend mode. Okay, so for changing the text color, you just have to go for the text color under the style, and here is the option for changing the text color. When you will click on this color option, a color picker will be popped over here, and you can pick any color from here. You can select the color, you can change the color from here. If you want to use a red color, you can go for the red color, and you can take a look. The color of this text is going to change. If you want to use the green color, and if you want to use the light green, here is the light green, here is the deep green, here is the black, here is the gray color, here is the light green color. So this is the very simple process for changing the text color. Okay, looks good. And once you are done, you can go for the typography. So typography, this is the option for changing the text style or the changing the font. So for changing the font, you just have to go for this pencil icon, or this called the edit option, and here is the option for changing the font or changing the typography. At first, you will get the size option under the typography, and you can use this button for increase or decreasing the size, or you can put the value of size over here. Likewise, you just have to move this icon at the right side. Okay, so here is the font size. Right now we do have the about 31 pixel. If you want to go for the 48 pixel or 50 pixel. Okay, so this is the option for changing the size. And if you want to get back to our previous size, you just have to delete the value in the box, then it will get back to the previous option. Okay, then we will get option for the width option. So right now it's defaultly have the 600, and this width is means for the width of this text. If you decrease the width, then the width of the text will be decreased. Let me show you. Let me go from the 300 of this width size, and you can take a look. The width of the text is decreased, and if you want to increase, if you want to go for the 800, you can take a look over here, it's increased. Then we will get the transform option. So if you want to use all the letter over here, or all the alphabet in uppercase, or if you want to make all the text or all the word in lowercase, you can do that very easily using the transform option. So when you will use the transform option, you will have the default setting, and if you want to make all the capital letter, you can change it very easily. So you just have to go for the default option, and for making the all capital letter, you have to go for the uppercase. Okay, and for making all the small letter, you can go for the lowercase, and here is the capitalize transform, likewise the before. Okay, so then you will get the style option. So suppose you want to make this so word italic, you can do that very easily. So from style, you can change it over here. Likewise, once you click the default, you will get the italic option, then you will get the oblique option. Actually, oblique and italic both are similar. So let me show you. Once I click the oblique, I think nothing will be changed. As I told you that style of italic and style of oblique are almost same things. Okay, so I'm keeping the italic option. Okay, now we will get the decoration option. Likewise, you need to use an underline in this text or outer line. You can do that very easily using the decoration. So from the decoration, you will get the underline option over here, and you can take a look. If you want to add the overline, here is the option for adding the overline, and here is the overline, and here is the line through. Okay, so let me click on the line through, and here is the option for line through. But I don't want to use any of this decoration, so that's why I'm keeping the default. Okay, then we will get the line height. If you have a different type of line, in that case you can use this line height option. Likewise, I'm increasing the line height. If you have 2 or 3 lines of your text, in that case this function will work, and it's increase or decrease the spacing of the line. Okay, so for increasing or decreasing the spacing of the line, you just have to use the value, or you just have to use this button. But I don't want to change anything else from the here. I want to keep as like before, and that's why you just have to keep this blank, or you just have to delete all the values from here, or you can use the space button from your keyboard. Okay, then we will get letter spacing. So here is, we do have the 3 letter in the word. Okay, so if you want to increase the spacing between the alphabets or letter, you can change it very easily. Here is the option for letter spacing. So let me show you how this function are working. I want to increase the letter spacing, and you can take a look over here. All the letter, they do have the enough spaces, and if you want to decrease the letter spacing, you just have to decrease the letter spacing size. And here is the option for minus value. If you use the minus value, then the letter will become very closer, but I want to keep as like before, so let me delete the value. Okay, cool. Now we will go for the word spacing. That this one was for the letter spacing, and this one is for the word spacing. So here is the first, and here is the heading. So how much spaces will be available in between these words, you can set from here easily. So let me increase the word spacing, and you can take a look over here. The words are moved some kind of far away, and here is the more spaces between the text. Okay, so this is a very simple process for word spacing, and I want to delete this value. Right now we do have the 93, but I don't want to keep this 93. I want to keep as like before. Okay, cool. So we change lots of things, we learned lots of things from the style option. And let me scroll up my mouse, and now we will go for the advanced option of edit of heading elements. So let me click on this advanced option. Okay, so under advanced tab, you will get different type of option over here. Likewise, this is called a layout. You will get motion effects, this content protection and advanced tooltip. This is the not basic settings of elements, because you can take a look over here. Here is the EA icon is appeared. That means it's a part of essential add-ons. But I'm going to cover the basic things, that is, you will get all over the Elementor when you will use any kind of Elementor plugins. So here is the layout, here is the motion effects, transform, background, border, mask, responsive, attributes, and custom CSS. Okay, so let's start with the layout, and we will cover all the basic things that is really required for us, because the advanced tab of the elements, it's a large things, because there are lots of functionality are available in here. Okay, so let's start with the layout, and under the layout we are going to get the margin option. So you can take a look over here. Here is the hyperlink option. That means for changing the margin, if you change any margin at the top, along with top, right, bottom, left margin will be increase or decrease. So let me click on top, and you can take a look. Along with top, right, bottom, left, these 3 options are also increasing, because all these 4 margins are linked together. And if you increase more, 2, 3, 4, and you can take a look over here, with the margin increase, the margin of this text is changed, and it's changing together, because we do have the link over here. So let me make it 0. Okay, so right now we have the 0 margin value, and I want to delink the margin. So in that case, you just have to click over here, and you have to delink the margin. Okay, you can take a look over here. Right now our link is removed, and for increasing the margin only for the top side, you can change it right now easily. So I want to increase the margin for the top, and you can take a look over here. The margin is increased for the top. I want to increase for the bottom, and you can take a look. Here is the margin increased for the top and bottom. Okay, it's cool. And now we are going to move for the padding option, and here is the padding, and you can take a look over here. Here is the link is added for all together of this 4 section, but I want to delink this padding option. I want to increase the padding for right side, so that's why I want to increase the padding for right side, and you can take a look. It's increasing the padding for right side. If you want to increase or decrease the padding for left side, you can do that very easily. Here is the option for putting the value. I want to increase the padding for left side. Okay, so this is a very simple process for changing the margin and padding, and then you will have the width option. Okay, the next thing is width. Okay, actually this width is working for let me tell you in details. This is our first image, and we do have the large image over here, but still we have blank spaces at our left side and at our right side. But if you want to use this image with the full width, that means no space will be available at left or right side. The entire image will be covered, or entire width will be covered with this image. So in that case, you have to use this width option. And as we are using this heading elements, so for using these heading elements, you can choose the width from here. Likewise, if you use the full width option, in that case you will have the full width view over here. You will have the inline option, or you can set the custom option. Here is the option for setting up the width, but basically we are using this default width, but on your need you can change the width from here. Okay, about the width, we will learn about more details when we will create a practical website. And the next thing is the position. We do have the default position, and if you want to use the absolute position for the elements, you can change it from here. Likewise, this here is the absolute position. So when you will use this absolute position, you will have the absolute position for your text, but basically we are using the default position, and depend on your need, you can choose the absolute position or you can choose the default position. So in this lesson, we are learning, or we are getting introducing with the functionality of elements, and we are covering the basic things in this lesson, and we will cover about the more details of the use of elements, because in our next lesson we are going to create a real website using the elements, and we're just getting introducing with the functionality, because we need to know which function working for which purpose. Okay, so the next thing is appeared about the z-index. Actually z-index is basically using for overlapping some kind of elements. If you have 1 or 2 or 3 elements very closer, in that case you can use this z-index for overlapping the elements to each other, and we will see this z-index in details in our real-time website development. Okay, the next thing is CSS ID. CSS ID basically using for connecting section to section. Let me explain you little details about the CSS ID. Suppose you are developing a one-page website, and at the footer or at the below of your website you have the contact option. Okay, so when someone will click on the contact option at menu bar, then site will directly take you to the footer or to the contact us section. That is the use of CSS ID. So you have to use the CSS ID for linking section to section. Okay, the next things is motion effects. Actually, I'm jumping to motion effect and skipping this content protection and advanced tooltip, because this content protection and advanced tooltip, these two things are under the E, that means the essential add-ons. This is the part of this essential add-ons, and you cannot use these two things for free. In that case, they will charge you some kind of $1, and it will ask you when you will click on this content protection, it will ask you to upgrade. Let me show you. So once you will click on content protection, it will ask you for the upgrade of essential add-ons. As we are using the free version right now, that's why I'm skipping these two things and I'm directly jumping to motion effects. Okay, so what is motion effects? When someone will click or someone will browse your site, and if you want to make some interactive website, in that case you have to use this motion effect. When someone will browse this site, if you want to keep this text stable, or if you want to make some interactive website, for making some kind of interactive website, you have to go for the motion effect. When someone will browse this site, this text should not be stable. It will bounce up or it will zoom in or zoom out. You can add that kind of effect with the motion effect. So let me show you. So let me expand this motion effects tab, and you will get different type of entrance animation over here. So right now we do have the default setting, and from here you will get different type of effects, and you can choose any effect as you need. Likewise, if you want to go with the fade up, here is a preview. If you want to go with the zoom in, here is the bounce in, here is the sliding down, here is the rotate in. Okay, so this is different type of motion effect or applying. So once you are done, you will have to update the site, and let's take a look in our main preview page. Okay, so here is our page, and let me scroll down, and you can take a look over here. It's applied the motion effect to this text. Let me reload once again, and you can take a look. This text is rotated. Okay, so this is the very simple process because we applied the rotating motion effect. And the next thing is transform. So let me apply, or let me expand the transform option. So here is the option for transform. From here you can rotate the text or rotate the elements. You can set the offset, or you can use this offset option for changing the position of your elements. Here is the option for scale, skew, and as well as here is the option for flipping horizontal and flipping more vertical. Okay, so let's start with the rotate option. So for rotating this text, you just have to go for this pencil icon, and here is the option for rotation. If you want to rotate at right side, you just have to move your pointer at right side. If you want to rotate at left side, you can move this pointer at left side, or you can put the values over here. For rotating at left side, you have to put the minus value, and for rotating at right side, you just have to put the plus value. Okay, so this is the use of rotation, and I want to get back to our previous condition. The next thing is offset. So as I was saying, with the offset, you can move this text position from here. Let me show you. Let me click on this pencil icon. If you want to move this text at top or bottom, you can do that very easily. Likewise, here is the offset X and offset Y. So for moving up and down, you have to go for the offset Y option. Let me show you. I am increasing the offset Y, and text is moving at downside, and I'm decreasing the offset Y. You can take a look, the text is moving up. Okay, so right now we do have the minus value. So this is the use of offset Y, and let me use the previous condition, and this offset X is for moving the right side and left side. So for moving the right side, you just have to increase the value of X, and for moving this text at left side, you have to reduce the value of offset X. So this is the use of offset, and I want to make the value 0, or I want to keep the value blank. So I got my previous settings for offset. Then we will get the scale option, and for scaling this text, you can go with the scale option, and let me click on this tick mark. And for scaling, here is the scale meter. For increasing the scale, you just have to increase the value. You can take a look over here, we have the scale over here. And for decreasing the scale, you can use the lower point, and for increasing the scale, you can use the higher point. Okay, so I want to use my previous condition of my site. Okay, the next thing is skew. Okay, suppose you applied italic style to your text, but you need more bend on your text. In that case, what you will do? In that case, you can use this skew option. Let me show you. Here is the edit option. So here is the skew X and here is the skew Y. So let me increase the skew X, and you can take a look. It's more bending than italic style, and it's bending at left side. And if you want to bend more at right side, you can use the negative or minus value. Okay, so this is the very simple process of using the skew. And let's take a look for skew Y. So let me increase the skew Y, and you can take a look over here. The entire text is bending at top to bottom. I'm increasing the value of Y, and I'm decreasing the value of Y. Now it's turned into opposite direction. Okay, so this is the use of a skew, and I want to get back to my previous condition. Okay, so this is how you will use the skew, and this is the flip horizontal and vertical. If you want to change the transformation of this text, and if you want to move into the horizontal view, in that case you just have to go with the flip horizontal. You can take a look, the text is moved into flip horizontal, and for getting back you just have to click once again in here. And for vertical, you have to go for this flip vertical option. In that case, the this upper things is going to at the bottom side. Let me click on this flip vertical. Here the upper things comes into the bottom side. So this is how you will use the flip horizontal and flip vertical. Okay, the next things is background. Let me expand the background option. Okay, so here is the background, and this background is basically working for this empty space. Okay, so right now we have the blank background, and we do have the white color. But if you want to add some specific color for the background, you can change it very easily. And here is the option for background type, and this is the classic background, and this is the gradient background. Gradient, you may know the gradient is a combination of two or more color, and for classic you will have a specific color. So let me show you with the classic, or as well as you can also use some image for this background, or here is the option for color. And right now there no color is using, that's why here is the no color option. But if you want to add some color, you can use it from here. You just have to click on this color icon, and here is the color picker, and from here you can pick any color. Like you can pick some kind of yellow color. Here is the yellow color, or you can pick some kind of green color, or some kind of purple color, pink color. Here's the blue color. So depend on your needs, what type of color you want to keep, you can use it. Okay, cool. And here is the option for gradient. If you want to use the gradient, you just have to use the two combination of color. Right now here is the first color, here is the second color. So second color, we do have the red color. Here is the red color, and for the first color I want to change these things, and I want to change blue instead of this cyan color. So this is how you will change the gradient color, or this is how you will apply the gradient color. Okay, cool. The next things is border. Okay, so if you want to apply the border for this text, you can use this border option. But before that, before applying the border, I want to remove the background, because with this background you will not be able to understand the border. So let me remove the background, and I want to use white background. Okay, right now we have the white background, and now I will apply the border. So for applying the border, you just have to open this border tab, then you will have different type of border option. Right now we do have the none option, but when you will click on none, you will have some different type of border style like double dot. So here is the double dotted dashed groove and solid. So let me start with the solid, and you can take a look over here. A border is applied. If you want to change the style, you can change the border type from here. Here is the double, here is the dotted, and here is the dashed, here is the groove. Okay, so depend on your needs, on your choice, you can apply any kind of border. And here is the option for changing the border width. So if you want to change the width for the top, you can change the border. If you want to change for the left, you can change for the left. But right now all the fields are linked together as like the margin and padding. Okay, so we are almost done about the border. Oh, one more thing you need to know: if you want to change the radius, you can add it very easily. So here is the option for increasing the border radius. So let me show you by increasing the border radius, and you can take a look over here. A round shape is applied to the corner, and all the corners are linked together. That's why in four corner, top, right, bottom and left, we do have the radius. So using the border radius, making your border more attractive. Okay, the next thing is mask. If you want to mask any specific area from this text, you can do that very easily using this mask option. So let me open this mask option, and right now it's turned off, but when you will turn on this mask option, you will have different type of features. So let me click this on option. Okay, so right now we have the shape circle. Okay, you can take a look over here. We have the circle shape, but if you want to change the shape, you can change it from here. Likewise, the flower, here is the shape of flower, here is the sketch, here is the triangle. Okay, so if you want to change the position, you can change it very easily from here. Right now we have the center position, but if you want to change the masking position, you can change it from here. Likewise, if you want to go for the center left, now the center left will be visible. If you want to go for the bottom right, here is the bottom right. Or if you want to go for the custom position, you can use the custom position. And here is the repeat option. Right now only owns the mask is available, but if you want to use the repeat option, in that case you can go for the repeat option, and you can go for the repeat X, and you can take a look over here. The number of repeats are available. So this is how you will apply the mask option. So I don't want to use the mask right now, that's why I'm turning off the mask option. Okay, cool. So let me update the task from here, and let's take a look in our main preview site. So let me scroll down. So you can take a look over here. The border is added to the text. Okay, now we will go for the responsive tab. Responsive tab really very important for making your site responsive. Likewise, your web view tab view and smartphone view will not be similar, because the display size of web or for the desktop computer or laptop and display size of tab and display size of smartphone are different. So in that case you have to modify your site as per your need. So for that, if you want to exclude some kind of element for tab, you can turn that element from here, turn off that element from here. If you want to turn off any specific text from the smartphone, you can turn it off from the here. Let me show you. When you will click on responsive tab, you will have three type of option: hide on desktop, hide on tablet, hide on mobile. Okay, so I don't want to show this text for a smartphone. So in that case I have to turn on this hide on mobile option. So let me turn this on, and let me update these things. Okay, so in here you will have this responsive mode option. So when you will click on this responsive mode, it will take you in a new environment. Let me click on this responsive mode, and here we have the desktop view mode, but I turned off this text at smartphone, so that's why I have to go for the mobile option. And you can take a look over here. This things is hide and it's not visible right now. So let me turn off this option, and now it's visible. Okay, so I hope you understand about the use of this responsive tab. So let's get back to our desktop view mode. Okay, cool. The next thing is attributes and custom CSS, but you will not able to use these attributes and custom CSS right now, because these attributes and custom CSS, this is only applicable for pro version. Let me expand this attributes tab, and it will ask you for upgrade your pack as well as custom CSS. This will also ask you for upgrade your package. So as I told you before that I will use the pro version for developing a site. So when we will use the pro version of Elementor, I will show you the use of attributes and custom CSS in details on the pro version lesson. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we covered the all advanced things, but we have some more things to learn in here. Okay, so advanced tab is done, but if you place your mouse over here, you can take a look. We have edit column option. Okay, so if you right click with your mouse in the edit column option, then you will have different type of option, likewise copy, reset style, navigator, delete, or edit column. Okay, so if you want to delete this heading from here, you just have to click on this delete option, and you can take a look over here. It's gone. And if you want to get back the heading, you just delete it. You just have to undo these things, and that's why you have to press Ctrl and Z button for Windows user, and those who are using Mac, you have to press Command and S button. Okay, so this is the way how you will delete this column. You just have to right click over here, and you just have to click the delete. Or you can duplicate this this block. So let me click on this duplicate, and you can take a look over here. A duplicate block is added beside the first one. So this is how you will duplicate these things. And for make a copy, you just have to right click with your mouse, then you will have the copy option. So here is the copy option, and if you want to paste these things in somewhere, in that case you just have to paste it. So I want to copy from this column, but I don't want to paste in this block. This is a block. I want to paste in a different block. I want to paste in another block. So how we will do that? You just have to click on this edit column option. You have to right click. You have to right click with your mouse. Here is the copy option, and I want to paste in here. So in here, in another block, you just have to right click with your mouse and you will get the paste option. So let me click paste. Okay, you can take a look over here, as we do have the 5 or 6 column over here. That's why it's pasted in this block in this way. But this is the simple process for copy and paste the elements from a block to another block. Okay, one more things I want to show you. You can take a look over here. Here is a plus sign, here is a 6 dot sign, and here is the delayed sign or X sign. So if you want to delete this entire block, you just have to hit the delete button. So let me delete these things. Okay, the block is deleted. And if you want to get back, you just have to press Ctrl and Z button. And this is the 6 dot, and this is called the edit section. So if you want to edit this entire block, you just have to left click with your mouse on this edit section. Then you will have the layout, you will have the style advanced for the entire block. And if you want to add some new section, in that case you just have to click on this add section. So let me show you by clicking this add section, and in here you can take a look over here. We got an option for adding the structure. So here is the option for structure, but this is another things, and this also another things, and I'm going to show you this the template library, and this is the templately, and I'm going to show you in here at below. Okay, so for adding the new section, you can use this option for modifying this entire section. You just have to click over here, then you will have the settings of a section in here, likewise the layout, the style, as well as the advanced settings. Okay, so now one more things is left, that is the adding template option. So this is the option for adding structure, and this is the option for adding template. So let me click on this add template option. Then a pop-up will appear, and you will have different type of pages, pre-built pages in here. This is called a library. So they do have the paid and the free template or pages over here. So you can pick from this library. Likewise, let me show you. This one is not free. This is a pro version. You can take a look over here. When you will place your mouse cursor, it will ask you for the Go Pro, and here is the Pro sign. But this one is free, and this one is free, and you can insert this template easily on your site, as well as you will have some different type of block in here. So this is the block option. Let me click on this block option. Okay, there are different type of blocks are available. Like if you need a about us block, you can just add this block. Okay, let me show you how you will add a block. So for adding block, you just have to go for this add template option. Here is the blocks, and here is the option for adding the about company. So you just have to click insert, but before that you must have an account on Elementor.com. It will ask you for sign up. I already have an account, that's why it will not ask me for sign up. But if you are a new user, in that case you must have an account on Elementor.com. They will ask you for the name, username and password as well with your name. Okay, so let me click on insert, and you can take a look. A pre-made block is added over here, and this is really very interesting things. And with the use of this add template, it will make your task easier. And if you use the pro version, you will have different type of presets of blocks and page. You will have the different type of templates are ready, so you can just pick any template from here and you can start using, or you can just start modifying the template or page or the blocks. Or if you want to save or use any custom template, in that case you can use this My Templates tab. So let me show you the use of My Template tabs. So for using a My Template tabs, you must have to save some kind of design. You must have to create or prepare some design, then you can use this, use your own template or for your own site. Okay, so I'm pretty sure right now you have the idea about the use of a template, and this is the option for Templately. So this Templately is a similar things like the template, add template, but these things are not default of Elementor. This is come with the plugins. So this Templately and this adding template, there you have the same features. So let me show you. When you will click on this template icon, a pop-up will appear. So they do have different type of pages, they do have different type of blogs, they do have the different type of packs as well as the templates, but all are not free. So in this packs, this is a packs, and in this packs you will have different type of free version and a paid version. So in a pack you will have different type of like a home page, header, footer, and many things. So let me show you one things, and for having a look you have to click in this eye icon. Okay, so with the pack, what you will have a home page, you will have about page, product page, you will have a single product page, contact page, header, and the footer. Okay, so this called the packs. And if you want to insert these templates, you must have an account and you have to sign in with your account. And for using the pro version, you have to purchase the subscription fee. Likewise, they do have a different type of blog style, and you can take a look. They have total 676 blogs. They have different type of pages. They have around more than 1000 pages, so you can pick anything from here. And if you are looking for only free things, in that case you can go with the starter, and these pro things are the paid pages. Or if you need any specific topic or specific subject page, you can search it here. Likewise, I want to go for the blog page, so you can write the blog and you have to hit the enter button from your keyboard. Okay, then they will show you the result for a similar with the blog page. Likewise, this Nirman blog page, this called the Pennygrow news page, a Savvy blog section. So they do have a huge collection, so you can pick whatever you need, you can pick from here. And if you have the subscription, you can use the pro version, and if you don't have, you can start with the starter pack or the free pack. Okay, so let me close these things. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you enjoyed this lesson, and right now you have the idea about the functionality of the Elementor elements, and I'm pretty sure you have the concept and idea right now about the use of the elements. And let me show you one things. When you need to get back or for the picking up the elements, what you will do, you can use this 9 dot option. Here is the 9 dot option. So when you will click on this 9 dot, all the element tab will be available. So you can use any kind of elements from here, and you can use a drag and drop option. So let's take a look what elements are available in here. You will get every elements what you need to develop a website. You will get everything, but all are not free. Likewise, here is the inner section. Here is the heading, image, text editor, button, video, divider, spacer, Google Maps icon. And for the pro version, here is the post, portfolio, gallery, login, slides. This is called the slideshow, forms, and many more things like the price list, price table, call to action, flip box, and many more things are available. And in general, image box, icon, image carousel. Many things are available in here, and these things you will get through the essential add-ons. So with the essential add-ons, you will have different type of option, likewise the calendar forms, data table, Facebook feeds, even calendar, fancy text, info box, and many more things. So whatever you need, you just have to type on the option, and in option here is a search bar, you can type. Likewise, you need a slide, so you have to write slide. Okay, you can take a look. We have different type of slides are available. So this is the slides, so you can use the slides to use, but in that case you have to upgrade the version. This is not a free version, this is a paid version, and here is a pro version. Okay, so this is the use of elements, and whatever you need you can pick it up from here. So I'm going to see you in next lesson, and in next lesson we are going to create a real website from the scratch. Hello everyone, welcome back once again, and now we are going to develop a website from the scratch. So let's start the process. Okay, so we will open a page that we created called a home page. So therefore you have to go for the pages option, and from there you will get this all pages option. Okay, so this is our home page, and we are going to start editing from the scratch with this page. So you can directly go with this option, edit with Elementor, or you can go with the edit option, and inside you will get this edit with Elementor. So you just have to go for the edit with Elementor. Okay, cool. So this is the page that we worked before in here, but I'm going to remove all the things, and you know how to delete every block. So here is the crossbar, you just have to delete the crossbar. Here is another block, so I have to click on this cross. Okay, so I just deleted everything, and now we have a blank page. So this is our preview page, and let me update this page. And now let's take a look over here. We have to reload the page. Okay, we don't have nothing right now because we just deleted all the blocks from our editing page. So now we will start editing from the beginning. Okay, so we're going to create a website right now, and I want to create a site about some kind of travel website. I think it will be a good choice for creating a travel website. Okay, and I want to name my site as like Explore Bangladesh. Okay, so let's start the process. So at first I want to remove these header things. So this is a header, and I don't want to keep this header. I want to remove these things, and that's why I have to customize the theme, and therefore I have to go back to my dashboard, and from this environment how you will get back to your dashboard. It's very easy. Here is the hamburger icon. You just have to click on this hamburger icon, then you will have this option called exit to dashboard. So let me click on this exit to dashboard, then it will take you to the WordPress admin dashboard. Okay, so right now I am in admin dashboard, and for removing that header we have to go for the appearance, and from there we have to go for the customize option. So I'm going to click on this customize option. Okay, so here is the live preview at right side, and here is the option. So for removing this header, I have to go for the header builder option. So let me click on this header builder, And you can take a look over here. We do have two blocks. Here is the site title and logo, as here is the site title and logo, and here is the primary menu. So I don't want to keep these things, I want to delete these things. So let me delete these things. Here is the cross option for removing the site title and logo, as well as here is the place for delete or remove the primary menu. Okay, so our header is done, and this is the footer, and we will keep the footer for now, and we will customize it in later. Okay, so we are done, and you just have to go for the publish option. So let me click publish. Okay, so let's take a look in our main website. This is our main website. You can take a look over here, caneandsteve.xyz. This is just a domain, and this is our main site, and I want to reload this site. Okay, you can take a look. The header is removed, only footer is the remain. Okay, so let's start creating the site from the beginning. Okay, so I have to close this customization, and here is the option for closing the customization. And now again I have to start editing, and that's why I have to go with the edit with Elementor. Okay, so I'm clicking edit with Elementor, and it will take you to the editing page. Okay, so we have the option over here. So what you want to put at the top? I want to put a slideshow. I want to put a slideshow at the top or in first block. But if you search in here, as because we are using the free version, if you search in here and if you type here slides, then you will have the slides, and it's a kind of widgets. But remember one thing, as we are using the free version, you will not get these things for free. Therefore, you will not be able to use these slides for creating a slideshow for your homepage, because it's a pro version. This feature only enable with the pro version. And as I told you, in next lesson I am going to show you the use of pro version. But right now we don't have the pro version in here. So what you will do for creating a slideshow? You will not be able to use this one, but there is a way. I want to show you without using these slides how you can add a free slideshow for your homepage in WordPress. So let's take a look in the process, and therefore you have to install a plugins. So let's install a plugin, and that's why we have to again get back to our admin dashboard for install a plugin. And you know where you have to click for exiting this editing option in Elementor. You just have to click on this hamburger icon, and here is the exit to dashboard option. Okay, so we need a plugin, and that's why we have to go for the plugins option, and from there we have to go for add new option. Okay, so here is the option for adding the new plugins, and we will type Smart Slider. Okay, so here is the Smart Slider option, and here is a plugin called Smart Slider 3. So we are going to install, or we are going to add these plugins to our site. So let's click on install now. It's installing, and it's installed. Now we have to activate these plugins. So that's why you just have to click on this activate option. Okay, you can take a look over here. Smart Slider 3 is activated. Okay, and if you take a look in left side, we have the option for Smart Slider over here. Okay, so we have to click on this Smart Slider option. Okay, then it will take you on their dashboard of a Smart Slider. Actually, this Smart Slider is a plugins for creating a slideshow. Okay, so here is the tutorial. If you are absolutely beginner, then you can have the tutorial videos over here, but if you don't need to have a tutorial for the creating smart slider, in that case you can skip it. So I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to click on this go to dashboard, because I'm going to show you in details about the use of this smart slider. Therefore I'm clicking go to dashboard option. Okay, cool. So this is the dashboard, and we have to create a project. So here is the option for create a project, and that's why we have to go for the new project. We have to create a slideshow first, and for creating the slideshow you just have to go for the new project. So let's click on new project option, and then it will ask you for creating a template or creating a new project. So we're not going to create a template, we're just going to create a new project. And then it will ask you different type of option, likewise the block, slider, slider type. So I'm going to use this slider, and I'm going to use this simple slider type. Okay, and here is the project name, and right now they do have the default my project name. So you can change the name from here, and here is the option of the width and height. So defaultly they're providing 1200 pixel is for width, and for the height they are providing 600 pixel. And here is the layout. So right now defaultly they provide a full width, and keeping the full width is a good practice in WordPress. So I am going to use this default setting, and then I'm going to click on create button. Okay, so here is the option, and you can take a look over here, slide 1, slide 2. So how many slide or how many image you want to place at your home page, you can set from the here. So for the first slideshow you have to click on this slide 1. So when you will click on slide 1, and which image you will place on slide 1, that image will be visible to the first slide, and for the second slide you have to go for the slides 2. So if you want to add more than 5 or 10 image, in that case you just have to click on this add slide. So I want to add total 3 slides, so that's why I'm going to create add slide, and I just want to use this image option. Instead of image you can add more things, likewise the blank field or post or some kind of static overlay dynamic slide, but I'm going to use this image. Okay, then it will redirect you to the media library. So if you have uploaded the image previously, then you can add the images directly from the media library, or you can upload the images from your computer. So I don't have the images right now, so I have to upload the images from my computer. That's why I have to go for the upload files tab. So let me click on upload files tab, and then you have to go for the select files option. Then a pop-up will appear. Okay, so here is the pop-up, and you can take a look. I have a folder, and for this course I added some images from internet, and they're all the royalty free, and I want to use all this image, or I want to add all this image to our media library, so I don't have to upload again and again for my future use. So that's why I am going to select all the images from here. You can press Ctrl and A button for selecting all the image at once, or if you are using Mac, in that case you can press Command and A button, or you can use the Shift button for selecting all the images with your help of mouse. Okay, so you can take a look over here. I selected all the image, and all the images selected. Then you just have to go for the open option, and you can take a look over here. All the image start to upload to my media library, and it will take a little time to complete the upload. Okay, you can take a look over here. All the media is uploaded, and the most interesting things is all the image are selected, but I don't want to get all the image selected, because if I click right now in select option, then all the image will be inserted, but I don't want to do that. I want to insert just a single image. So for the first image, I want to upload. I want to select this image, so I want to deselect all the images. Okay, let me deselect all the image. Okay, so for the first one, I want to go for this image, and you can take a look over here. It's selected, and now I want to go for the select option. Here is the select option. Okay, you can take a look over here. Our first image is appeared in here, and I taken this image from unsplash.com, and the image credit goes to Shoumitra Kumar. Thanks, Shoumitra. Okay, so this is the first one, and now I want to add more to image. So that's why I have to click on this image option once again. So let me click on this image option, and from the media library I want to pick another image. So I want to go for the this image as for the second image. So the image is selected, and let me click select. Okay, so you can take a look over here. We got our two image, and I want to add another. So again I have to go for the image option, and from the media library I want to click this image. So let me select this image, and let me click select. Okay, so now we have total 3 images in here. First one, second one, and third one. Okay, so if you want to add any text to that image, you can add the text very easily, and in that case you have to click on this edit option. So I want to add a single text to this first image. That's why I'm clicking edit option. Okay, for edit a text or heading, you have to click on this H icon, and this is the option for heading. So let me click this H icon, and once you will click a heading, then you will have the field for typing the text. So right now we have the smart slider field or text in here in text field, and here is the preview. So I want to delete this text smart slider, and I want to write explore Bangladesh. Okay, explore Bangladesh, and you can take a look over here. The text size seems smaller, so I have to increase the text size, and that's why you have to go for the style option. So here is the style option, and here is the option for increasing the size. So right now we do have the 25 pixel, but I want to increase more. That's why you have to increase the pixel value. Okay, 100 pixels seems good, and this is the option of typography. And if you want to change the font, you can change it from here. Right now we do have the cabin font, and from there are lots of fonts are available. You can pick any font as your choice. Okay, so I can pick some kind of okay, I think cabin looks good. Okay, but I don't want to keep this white color. I want to keep some kind of as we do have blue color or sky blue color in background. That's why I want to go for the green color. And for changing the color, here is the option for color picker. So you just have to click on this color option, and you can pick any kind of color from here. So I want to go with the green color. So here is the green color, and we got the green color over here. And once you done, you just have to click on this empty field somewhere. But I don't want to keep this text at the center. I want to take this text to the top, and that's why you have to click on this content option once again, and then you will have the option for the vertical alignment, and you can take a look over here. We have the center alignment, but I want to take it in top. That's why you have to go for this top alignment. So let me click on this top alignment, and the text plays at top. Okay, so we got a nice text over here, and once you are done, you just have to click on this save option. So let me click save. Okay, it's saved. Okay, so let's get back to our previous task, and that's why I have to click on this my project. Here is the tab, or here is the option for clicking the my project. Okay, so here is our project, and one thing you have to ensure from here: will that image remain stable, or it will be animated, or it will play after one by one. In that case, if you just keep the images like this, then the image will remain stable. It will not take to the second, or it will not take to the third one automatically. In that case, if you want to make a movable or animated or playable smart slider, in that case you have to go for the autoplay option. So here is the autoplay. Okay, right now autoplay is turned off. If you want to make all the image movable, or after a specific time the image will be changed at the home page, in that case you have to turn on the autoplay. So let me turn on the autoplay, and here is the slide duration. So here is the slide duration, 8000 millisecond, and I want to decrease the slide duration. So if you decrease the slide duration, then the image will change very rapidly. So instead of 8000, I want to go for 4000. Okay, so once you are done, you just have to click on this save option. So let me click save. Okay, our project is saved, and we only added a text to our first image, and the second and third image we didn't add anything else, just for showing how to add the image with this smart slider. Okay, so our slide part is done. Now we have to get back to our home page. So here is the pages option, here is the all pages, and here is the home page, and we have to start editing with the Elementor. So that's why I'm going to click edit option, and here is the edit with Elementor. Okay, cool. So now we will add a block or a structure. So that's why we have to click on this plus icon. So let's click on this plus icon for adding a new section or adding a new structure. So I want to keep a single block. That's why I'm clicking a single block over here, and at top you can take a look over here. At top we got the blank field. So for adding the elements in here, you just have to click on this plus sign, and here is the option for adding the widgets. So you have to type over here slides. So let me type slides, or just you have to type the slide. Okay, so when you will click slide, then you will have two options. This is the default slide of Elementor, and this is the smart slider, the plugins we added. So you just have to drag and drop this smart slider to this field. Okay, then it will take you in a new pop-up, and we created this project, my project. So you have to insert a project. So that's why I'm clicking this my project, and once you select the my project, you have to click insert option. Okay, cool. It really looks nice. So I want to update this page, and we will take a look in our main site. So let me click on update. Okay, so now let's take a look in our main website, and I want to reload the page. Okay, cool. The slideshow is added over here, and you can take a look. It's auto playing. Okay, it really looks nice, but one more things we have to fix in here. We have a blank space in here. We have a white blank space, and I don't want to keep this blank space. I want to move this slideshow a little top, and that's why we have to go back to our editing page, and you have to click in this 6 dot for editing or for the moving the slide at the top, and you just have to click on this 6 dot. Then it will take you to the layout setting, but we have to go for the advanced option because we're going to change the position. So that's why you have to click on this advanced option, and then you will be able to have change the margin. So we want to take a little top side of this image. So that's why we have to decrease the margin for top. But you can take a look over here. All the other fields are linked with the top, but we don't want to change all the other side, likewise the right or bottom. So we only want to decrease the margin for top. So let me delink the margin. Okay, now I want to decrease the margin for top. And please take a look in here in this blank space. It will be covered by the slideshow. So let me decrease the margin, and you can take a look. Our slideshow is moving at top. Okay, so for -10, I want to keep the -10 pixel value for the top, and let me click on update. Okay, now let's take a look in our main site. So we do have the still blank space for here, but we updated the things. So let me reload this page. Okay, you can take a look. The blank space is gone, and the image covered for the top, and the blank space covered with the slideshow. Okay, now we will go for the next part. So let's take a look in our editing page. Okay, so we added a beautiful slideshow. Now we will add the second page. So I want to add a heading, and that's why I have to take another structure. So let me click on this plus sign, and I want to, as I'm going to take the heading, that's why I have to take this single block. So I'm taking this single block, and here is the option for adding the heading. So for adding the heading, you have to click in this plus sign, or you can just click on this 9 dot. And now I'm going to drag this heading and going to drop in here. Okay, so in here I want to add a heading. So let me add a heading over here. So for changing the text, you have to use this text field. So I want to delete this add here heading text here, and I want to paste in here. Okay, so we have the let's make unforgettable experience. Okay, and I want to make this alignment for center alignment. So here is the center alignment, and I want to make all the letter uppercase, and that's why you have to go for this style tab. So let's go with the style tab, and we will use the typography. So here is the typography, and for making the uppercase, you have to go for the transform option. So here is the transform option, and under the transform option you will get this uppercase option. So let me click on this uppercase, and you can take a look over here. It's really looks good right now, and I want to increase the size as well. So let me increase the size. Okay, for 51 pixel looks good, and I don't want to keep this text color in here. I want to change the color, and for changing the color, here is the option for text color. So I'm going to change the color, and I want to take the green color. So here is the green color, and I want to take, okay, this looks good. And I want to add an animation to this heading, and that's why I have to click on this advanced tab, and there you will get this motion effects. So I'm going to expand this motion effects tab, and with this heading I want to add some kind of entrance animation. So when someone will visit this page, then this text will make some entrance animation. So that's why here is the option for default, but I want to go for the zoom in. Okay, zoom in seems good, or you can use the bounce in, but I think zoom in looks good. So I want to go for the zoom in option. Okay, so now I have the heading over here, but now I want to add some text in here. So how you will add a text with the heading? So here is a way. You can add the text by using a new section, or you can use the inner section. So let me show you how you will use the inner section. So for adding a inner section, you have to click on this 9-dot option, and you will get this inner section, and this inner section widgets you have to place under the heading. So let me drag this inner section widget, and I want to place under the heading. Okay, so now we have two widgets in one block. Okay, you can take a look over here. It's a single block, but within a single block we have two widgets. This one is the heading widget, and this is the inner section widget. But here is a two blocks, but I don't want to keep this two block. I want to delete this right side block, and you know how to delete. You just have to use your mouse right button, and you have to click on this window icon with your mouse, then you will get this delete option. So let me delete this one, and you can take a look. The right side intersection is removed, and now we only have the one section, and in here we are going to add the text editor. So here is the text editor. You just have to drag this text editor, and you have to drop in here. Okay, then you will have the option for typing the text, and I want to delete all the things, and I want to type a text. So let me delete these things from here. You have to select all the text, and you just have to use delete button or backspace button for deleting the text. Okay, I have some copied text, and I want to paste in this text field. And you can take a look over here. Our text is just appeared, but I don't want to make any kind of animation for this one, and I want to make a center alignment of this text. So here is the center alignment, and now it looks really good. So let me update these things. Okay, you can take a look over here. Here's the preview changes. So when you will click this preview changes, it will open in a new tab. But this is our just main site, main URL, and when you will use this preview changes, once you will update something else in here, it will automatically show you in the preview changes page. But once you will update anything else, it will not automatically update, or it will be not automatically visible to your main site, because this is the preview changes page, and for the taking a look, the update, you have to reload the main page. So that's why you can use this preview changes option. So let me click on this preview changes option. Okay, cool. You can take a look over here. Here is the Explore Bangladesh, and here is the Let's Make Unforgettable Experience. So we added the text, and this text is with the entrance animation. So let me reload once again, and you can take a look. It's animated. Okay, now we will go for the next part. So let's get back to our editing page. Okay, now we will move on our next part, and now I want to add 4 different image, and with the image I will add a button, and I want to add 4 different image for food, culture, wildlife, and nature. That's why I have to take a new section. Here is the option for taking the new section, and initially I want to go for the 2 blocks. So let's pick the 2 blocks. Okay, so for the first one I want to go for the image. So let me click on this plus sign, and I have to go for the image. So let's take the image. Okay, so in here I want to add an image, and I want to add the image from a library. So here is the option for adding the image. So you just have to click on the choose image option, and here is the media library. So at first I want to go for the nature. So for nature I want to select this image, and once you are done you just have to go for the insert media. And now I will add another image for here. So let me click on this plus sign, and let me drag the image and drop in the second column. So I have to follow the same procedure. I just have to choose the image from the media library, and I want to pick this image for the culture. So I want to pick this image, and once you are done you have to click this insert media. Okay, so we will add total 4 image. So here is the first one, second one, and we have to add more 2 image. So let me I want to duplicate the image or duplicate the block in later. So you can duplicate these things very easily. And how you will duplicate these things? You have to right click with your mouse on this edit section, then you will get this duplicate option. So let me click on this duplicate option. Okay, so you can take a look over here. We have the 2 blocks. So this is how you will duplicate the block. But right now I don't want to keep this second one, because I have to add something more things in my first block. So that's why I'm deleting these blocks. Okay, so here is the nature, here is the tradition, and I want to add a button for that. And how we will add a button? In that case you have to add an intersection. So for adding an intersection you have to go for the intersection option. So here is the intersection. So you just have to drag and drop the intersection. Okay, but here is the 2 columns, but I want to delete the first one. Okay, so here is the place for adding the button, and for adding the button here is the button option. You just have to drag and drop the button to this intersection. Okay, so here we got the click here option, but I don't want to keep this click here. I want to write nature. Okay, so here is the nature, here is the text, and I want to change the alignment, and I want to place this nature text over here. Okay, so that's why I want to use the right alignment. And one more thing, so we do have the green color for this image, and we do also have the green color for this button. So that's why we have to change the button color. And for changing the button color you have to go for the style option, and here is the option for changing the color. So let me click the changing colors. So instead of green, I want to use the yellow color. Okay, so let's pick the yellow color, and you can take a look over here. The text color is not visible properly, so that's why I want to change the text color as well. Okay, so here is the text color option. So you have to click over the text color, and you can pick that color from here. So let me pick any color. Okay, now it looks good. Now we have to place this button with the image, and that's why we have to go for the advanced option. So here is the advanced option, and we have to click the position, and we have to go for the absolute position. So let me click on the absolute position. Okay, now we got the absolute position, but I don't want to keep over here. I want to add this button inside this image, and that's why I have to go for the offset. So here is the offset option. So let me change the offset, and here is the offset X, and here is the offset Y. So where you will place the image. So I want to take this button at top, so that's why I have to go for the negative value. So here is -62 value, and I want to take a little at left side. So here is the offset X, and here is the offset Y. So now we got the proper button inside our image. So this is what I was looking for. But I want to make this image more attractive. How you will do that? You can do that very easily. So you have to select the image. Right now we were working on the button, but I want to make a more attractive image. So you just have to click on this image, and I want to add some hover. So hover means when you will place your mouse cursor in this image, the image will be more attractive. So let's start the process, and please make sure you selected or you clicked on this image. And for adding the hover, you have to go for the style option. So here is the style option, and you will get the option called hover over here. So here is the hover. So let me click on this hover option, and in hover, what you want to do. If you want to make some kind of animation when you will place your mouse in the image, in that case you can use this hover animation. Likewise, when someone will place their mouse at the image, then the image will animate like the shrink, and you can take a look the effect, but I think it not looks good. So let's change the hover animation. Let's go for the bouncing. Okay, you can take a look over here. When I'm placing my mouse cursor, it's bouncing in. Okay, so we have some more things over here, likewise the skew. So I think instead of skew, I think this grow looks good. So I want to go with the grow. Okay. So when you will place your mouse cursor at the image, it will animate it with the grow hover image. Okay. Another things, when you will place your mouse in here, do you want to change some kind of color? If you want, you can do that very easily. Let me show you how you will do that. Likewise, here is called a CSS filter. You can take a look over here. We have the CSS filter. So if you want to change the color of your image when someone will place the mouse cursor along with the hover animation, you want to change the color, you can do that very easily. So in that case, you have to use the CSS filter. So let me show you, and let me use this CSS filters. And when you will use the CSS filter, you will get different type of option, like where's the blur, brightness, contrast, saturation, and hue. So hue basically changing the color. So let me change the hue. Right now we have 66 point, and let me place my mouse cursor to the image. You can take a look over here. The image color is changed. Likewise, let me change something else. With 127 point, the color is changing. Okay, so depend on your needs, what type of image you want to use and what type of color you want to use. You can set the changing color from the hue option. Okay. So depend on your need, what color you will use. You can use it from here, but I don't want to change the color right now. So I want to keep the value 0 for CSS filter. But one thing you can do for making the more interactive, you can increase the saturation, because when you will increase the saturation, the color of the image will be more active. So let me increase the saturation for 160. Okay, so now we have light green, but when you will place the mouse cursor, it will become a more green. So this is the better option. Okay, so let me update this page, and let's take a look in our preview page. Okay, so when I'm placing my mouse cursor, the image is become bigger, as well as the image color also changing. Here is the light green, and here is the more active green. So this is the very simple process, and now we will start working with the second image, and we will create the culture tab in here. Okay, so let's get back to our editing page. Okay, so we have the button over here, and I want to copy this button for the second image, and that's why we have to select the second image. And after selecting the second image, we have to add an intersection. So for adding the intersection, you have to go for this 9 dot, and here is the intersection. So you just have to drag and drop the intersection in here, and you can take a look over here. We have the 2 column, and I want to delete the 1. So for deleting, you just have to right click with your mouse in this Windows icon, and then you will get this delete option. So let me delete this column, and now I want to copy this nature button, and that's why I have to right click with my mouse in this edit column for the first image. So you have to right click with your mouse, then you will get this copy option, and you have to paste in the second image. So for pasting, you have to right click with your mouse in the second inner section, and then you will get this paste option. So let me click on paste. Okay, you can take a look over here. The button placed properly at our second image, and here you can take a look. We got an extra column over here. So I want to delete this thing. So for deleting, you just have to right click with your mouse, and here is the delete option. Okay, so we got the button, and we got the button by copying from the first image, but we have to change the text. And for changing the text, you have to select the button, and when you will click the button, you will have the option for changing the text under the content tab. So here is the content, and you can take a look over here. Here is the nature tab. So I want to delete the nature tab, and I want to write culture. Okay, so here is the nature, and here is the culture. And one more thing I want to show you. If you want to link any page with this button, in that case you have to place the hyperlinks or page in here. So we will not create the page right now, and we will not link any page right now, but if you want to create a different page for the nature page, a different page for the culture page, you can create the page from the admin dashboard of WordPress, and you can link that page with here. And you just have to place, or you just have to paste the hyperlinks in here. And I'm going to show you, I will show you how to add the link with the button in our another section. Okay, so now I have to go for the hover animation for the second image. So let me click in this image, and here is the option for hover. So let me click on this hover option, and for hover animation I used grow for the first one, and for the second one I also want to use the same hover animation. So let me select the hover animation from here, and the name is grow. So here is the grow animation. Okay, so when you will place your mouse in the second image, it will be bigger. Okay, so for the second image I don't want to use any kind of CSS filter. Okay, so now we have the nature, we have the culture, and right now I want to duplicate this block. This is the perfect time for duplicating, because I have the animation in here, I have the button over here, and I have the complete image, and I have the complete animation, button, all the things I have in here. Now I can duplicate these things, and for duplicating this block you just have to right click with your mouse in this edit section, and here is the option for duplicate. Okay, now we have the duplicated block, but right now I just have to change the image. And for changing the image you just have to click on the image, and here is the option for changing the image. So now I will use the food for this third image, so you have to go for the choose image option, and I want to use this food image, and let's click insert media. Okay, so here is the food image, and I want to change the button name. So you just have to click with your button, and here is the text option. You just have to delete the nature text, and here I'm writing food. Okay, and for the last one I'm going to change this image, because I want to add wildlife in here. That's why I'm changing the image, and we have to follow the same process for changing the image. Here is the choose image, and I want to go for this image. Okay, and let me click insert media. Okay, cool. So now I have to do one more thing, that is I have to change the button name. So let me change the button name. You just have to click with your mouse on the button, and here is the option for changing the text. So let me write wildlife. Okay, so now I want to update these things. Okay, now let's take a look in our preview page. Okay, so here is the nature, here is the culture, here is the food, and here is the wildlife. But here we want to modify a little things. That is, when we are placing our mouse cursor for this first two image, the saturation is applying for the first one and for the third one, I mean for the left side image, but no saturation is applying for the right side, because I didn't apply the CSS style for this right side image. So I want to apply the CSS style for this right side, or for this fourth image. I don't want to apply the second image, I want to apply for the fourth image. So that's why you have to follow the same process. Let's take a look. You have to select this fourth image. Here is the style option, hover, CSS filters, and I want to increase the saturation. Okay, now when I will place my mouse cursor to this wildlife image, it will be more active. Okay, now it looks good. So now let me update this post, and now let's take a look in our preview page. Okay, so we have CSS filters for first image, third image, and fourth image, but I didn't apply the CSS filters for the second image. Okay, so this is really nice. So we added the slideshow, we added the heading, we added the image. Now we will go for the next word. Okay, so now we will add a video. We will add a video after this image, and it's a very simple process. So let's get back to our editing page, and now we're going to add a video. So we have to add a new section from here, and I'm going to take the single structure, and now I have to pick the video widget from the elements. So here is the elements and here is the video. So you just have to drag and drop the video. So let me drag and drop the video widget, and here is the video placeholder. So you have to paste the link if you want to use the YouTube video, or if you want to use the Vimeo video, you can use it. If you want to use the Dailymotion video, you can use it. Even if you want to use a self-hosted video, you can use this option. In that case, you have to choose the source section. So here is the source. So right now YouTube is selected. So once you will click on YouTube, you will have different type of option. Likewise, the Vimeo, Dailymotion, and self-hosted. So if you want to use the self-hosted, you can use this self-hosted. Then it will ask you for upload a video, or it will ask you to choose a video from your computer or from a media library. But right now I'm going to use the YouTube link. So here is the YouTube link, and here is the link option. So you have to paste the link option. So let me delete this default link, and I want to paste a link over here. Okay, let me paste the link. You have to right click with your mouse on the link field, and here is the video link I just pasted. And you can take a look over here, a summary video of Bangladesh. Here is the YouTube video link, Bangladesh Raw Beauty. And once you are done, you have to update from here. And here is the option for different type of start time, from which specific second the video will be started, in which specific second video will be end. And here is the option for autoplay, mute, loop, player control, privacy mode, modest branding. All the options are available. So if you want to play this video automatically when someone will browse this page, in that case you have to turn on the autoplay. So in that case, when someone will just browse the page, the video will play automatically. And if you want to make these things autoplay in the smartphone, in that case you have to turn on these features. And if you want to mute the sound, in that case you have to turn on this mute option. So now video is playing but no music, and this is the option for loop. If you want to play this video again and again, in that case you have to turn on the loop option. Okay, so I don't want to autoplay, I don't want to mute these things. I want to keep the player controls, because you have to keep the player controls for playing the video on your page. So once you're done, you have to update the post. And let's take a look in our preview page. Okay, so here is a video of YouTube, and it really looks nice right now. Okay, so now we will go for the another part. So let's get back to our editing page, and now I want to add a heading. and I want to add a section for a place to visit. Okay, so let's take a new section from here, and I'm going to take this single structure. Okay, and I want to add heading in here. So you can click in this plus sign, or you can just use this 9-dot button. So I want to go for the heading option. So let me go with the heading option. Okay, so now I want to write over here place to visit. Place to visit. And I want to make the center alignment. And now we have to change the color of the text, and we have to increase the size. So you can add the size from here. Right now we do have the default size, so you can go from the default size. Likewise, I want to make it large, or you can go for the XXL. Okay, I think XXL looks good. Okay, and now we have to go for the typography, and typography you will get under the style option, and here is the text color. So let me change the color. I want to get the green color. Okay, looks good. So now I want to update this post, but I want to take a look in our page, in our preview page. Okay, so here is the place to visit, and I want to add 6 more image in here with the name. So let's do that. I will add 6 more image, and for adding 6 more image, I want to take this new section, and now I will go for the 3 structure or 3 column structure. So let me select this one. For the first one, I will add the image. Okay, so for adding image, you have to click on this plus sign, and here is the image option. For the second one, you have to follow the same process. For the third one, you have to follow the same process. Okay, so here is the 3 image, and I want to change or add the first image. So you just have to click the first image, and here is the option for choosing the image. And from here I want to select this ocean image, and once you select this image, you just have to click the insert media. Okay, now we have the image, but I have to follow one thing, that is I have to add a different style for the text. Likewise, this is just an image, but where it's located, you have to mention these things. So this is in Coxbuzzer, so I have to write Coxbuzzer in here. That's why I have to add the intersection as like before. So let's add the intersection. Here is the option, and here is the intersection. And I want to place the intersection at the bottom of the image, and let's delete the image from here, a column from here. You just have to right click with your mouse. Here is the delete option, and now in here I will add the heading. So let's drag this heading in here. Okay, and I want to write Coxbuzzer. Okay, Coxbuzzer, and let's change the alignment. I want to go for the center alignment, and I want to increase the margin of this text. Okay, so for increasing the margin, you have to go for the advanced option, and here is the option for increasing the margin. And now I want to keep the link together because I have to increase the margin in both ways. So I want to go for the 10 pixel for every side, for top, right, bottom, and left. Okay, but one thing one things we have to do, that is we have to fill the background color, and that's why we have to go for the background option under the advanced tab. So here is the advanced tab and here is the background option. So let's change the background color. So here is the background option and here is the background type. So I want to go with the gradient background type. So gradient is a combination of two colors. So let me select this gradient, and you have to pick the first color in here from the color option, and you can pick any color from here. Okay, and now I want to pick the second color. So here is the second color, and you can pick any color as you want. Okay, now looks good. And I have to increase the padding because the text is really looks thinner. So I want to increase the padding, and for padding you have to go for the layout. You have to go for the layout tab, and I want to increase the padding as well. Okay, so I increase the margin and I increase the padding as well. Now I have to change the position of this text. I want to take this heading closer to this image. So that's why I have to use the position. So here is the position, and from here I want to go for the absolute position. So let's click on absolute position, and once you will click absolute position, you will have the offset option. So let's use the offset Y position. This is offset Y and this is offset X. So this offset Y is using for taking top to bottom. So I want to take the text closer to image. That's why I have to use the offset Y. So let's take the image closer. Okay, minus 41 pixel. Okay, looks good, but I don't want to keep this text color. I want to change the text color, and that's why I have to go for the style option. And for changing the style option, you have to go for the text color, and you can pick any color from here. Okay, now it looks good. So now we have the perfect position or perfect placement of the heading with the image. So let's update the post, and let's take a look in our preview page. Okay, place to visit, we have the image along with the heading, but the image is not interactive. We will make the interactive image later on. So now I have to go for the second and third image. So let's get back to our editing page. Okay, now let's add the second image. So for adding the second image, you just have to click with your mouse on the second image. Here is the same process. I want to go for this image. It's a cloudy image. It's called the Sajik Valley. Okay, so let's insert this media. Okay, cool. And now I want to go for the third image. So for changing the third image, let's choose the third image, and I want to pick this image. It's an image from Sundarban. It's a Royal Bengal tiger. Okay, so here is two more image, and now I want to copy this entire things, and I want to paste it over here. So therefore we have to add the intersection for the second image. So please make sure the second image is selected, and here is the elements option, and let's add the intersection to our second image. Okay, Now I don't want to keep the second column. I want to delete this column. And now I want to copy. I want to copy this heading, and you know, it's the very easy process. You have to right click with your mouse. Here is the copy option, and you just have to paste the text. Okay, and I want to delete this extra column. Okay, now it's placed perfectly, and now I will go for the third image and have to add the intersection. Now we have to delete the one column. Now let's copy these things from second image, and here I'm going to paste it. Now we have to delete this extra column. Okay, cool. Now we have the 3 images. So now time for changing the addresses. So for changing the addresses, you just have to click with your mouse on the following image. So here is Coxbazar, and I want to write Sajek. And in here I want to write for the third image Sundarban. Okay, Sundarban. And now we have to update this post. And now let's take a look in our main page. Okay, so Coxbazar, Sajek and Sundarban, but we have to make this image interactive, because this is not applying any kind of animation. So let's apply some animation. So let's start with the first one, but in here we will change the style. We will apply 3 different animation for 3 image. So here is the style option, here is the hover option, and for the first image I will go for the pulse, and for the second image I will go for the bounce in, and for the third image I will go for the skew. Okay, let me update these things. And now I want to duplicate this entire block. So let's duplicate this entire block. You just have to right click with your mouse on this 9 dot, and here is a duplicate option. So let me duplicate this option, and you can take a look. We got more 3 blocks, and now we just have to change the image and text. So let's do this. You have to select the image, choose image, and from here let me pick this one. I want to pick this one, insert media. Okay, and now time for changing the text. So here is the option for changing text. This place is in Bandarban, so let me write Bandarban. Okay, now time for changing the 5th image. Okay, I want to go for this Saint Martin, this image. Here is the text. Let me write Saint Martin. And for the final one, I want to change, and I want to select this one, and let's change the text. Let me write Dinajpur. Okay, now we only have 2 more things to complete the site. Now we have to type the about us and the contact option. Okay, so now we are going to add the about option, and for the about option I want to create the custom field. Okay, so for adding the about option, we have to go for the add new section, and we will use this two column structure. Okay, so in here in left side I want to add text editor. Okay, so for adding the text editor, you can click on this plus sign, and here is the text editor. You just have to drag and drop the text editor, and I want to write a paragraph in here, likewise about Bangladesh. Okay, about Bangladesh, and I want to make this text bold. So here is the bold option, or I can use H3 or heading 3 option from here for making the bigger things. Okay, and now I want to add the details about the Bangladesh. So I copied the details about the Bangladesh, and now I want to paste it. So let me press enter button in here, and I want to paste in here. So let me paste it by pressing my keyboard shortcut Ctrl and V button. Okay, let me delete the space. Okay, so here is our text, and in right side I'm going to add an image. So let me add the image. Here is the image option. Here is the option for choose image, and I want to use this image, and I want to insert it. Okay, so right now we have the about Bangladesh. Here is the text, and here is the image. So we have something more to add, that is the contact option. And for adding the contact option, I will use the block. And for adding the block, you have to go for the add template option. Here is the option for adding template, and here is the block option. So here is the blocks, and I want to search contact. Okay, so once you will search contact, you will have different type of blocks available in here, but these are the pro elements, but you will not be able to pick these pro elements in here. So I can grab everything. So likewise, this one looks good, so I want to use these things. So I want to insert this block. So for insert, you just have to click on this insert option. Okay, cool. You can take a look over here. We got the contact details in here, so you can modify or you can place the contact phone number. So if you want to change the phone number, you can change it from here. If you want to add the email address, you can add email address. Here is the location. Okay, and here is the Google Maps. So now I want to show you one thing, that is how you will change the location in Google Map. You can change these things very easily. You can change the location, you can put the contact details, you can put the open hours, and here is one more thing, that is the follow us. Here is the social media tags. So for in Facebook icon, if you want to link any Facebook icon, you can add very easily. Like if you want to add your Facebook page URL, in that case you just have to click on this Facebook, and here is the option for Facebook URL. So once you click on this Facebook URL, here is the link, and you can paste your link in here. And the same process for Twitter, Google Plus, and YouTube. Okay, so now I'm going to show you about the use of Google Maps for changing the maps. So for changing the location, you just have to click on this edit icon, and then you will have the place for change your location. So right now we do have the London or UK location. I want to delete this address, and I want to write Dhaka, Bangladesh. Okay, so here is Dhaka, Bangladesh, and here is the option for zoom in and out. So I want to make a bigger image, Okay, now it looks good, and we got the perfect things what I'm looking for. So now I want to update this task, and let's take a look in our preview page. Okay, so let's take a look at the bottom. Okay, so here is the contact option, but you can take a look over here. We need some more spaces in between this section, place to visit, and about section. We need more spaces, and we need to reduce the spaces in here. So let's do that. Okay, so I want to reduce the spaces in between here. That's why you just have to click on this 6 dot, and then you have to go for the advanced option, and you just have to change the margin. So let me delink the margin, and I want to reduce my top margin. Okay, I want to go for -22 pixel, and let me update these things. And let's take a look over here. Okay, now it's reduced. Okay, and I want to increase the spaces in here in between the place to visit and about Bangladesh. So therefore I have to work with this one. So you just have to click on edit section. From there you have to go for advanced, and you have to delink the margin. And now as you are going to put the about Bangladesh a little downside, that's why you have to increase the margin. Okay, now it looks good. So I put a 25 pixel, and let me update these things. And let's take a look over here. Okay, now we have the good spacing. Okay, so we're almost done. There are few things we need to focus. That is, if you take a look at top, we don't have any menu in here. There are lots of plugins are available for creating the menu, but I don't want to use these things. Even you do have the widgets for adding the menu, but I want to show you how to create a custom menu using CSS ID. So with the use of CSS ID, you can create a beautiful menu. So let's start that process. Okay, so I want to add the menu. That's why I have to go to the top, and here is my slideshow. So in here at top side, we are going to add for menu, and with that menu I will connect a specific portion. Likewise, let's take a look what portion we have. We have the video portion, we have the place to visit portion, about portion, and contact portion. Okay, so we are going to connect this portion with the menu, and that's why we want to create 4 different menu with the text. And for adding a menu, please make sure you select this first heading, and in first heading you have to click on this plus sign. So when you will click this plus sign for adding a new section will be created under the slideshow. That's why you have to click on this plus sign in this first heading. So let me click on the plus sign, then you will get this option for adding the items, and here is the structure. So I want to go with the single structure. Okay, here is my structure, and I want to add a heading. Okay, so for adding the heading, you just have to click on this plus sign, and here is the heading. So let me drag and drop the heading over here, and here is the place for typing your heading. So I want to write over here video. Okay, video, and I want to change the text color, and that's why we have to go for the style option, and here is the text color. I don't want to use this blue color, I want to use with the black color. So let's change the color, Okay, so here is the black color, and now we have to change the position. We have to take this video text at top. Okay, and that's why we have to go for the advanced option, and we have to select the absolute position. Okay, so here is the absolute position, and you can take a look over here. We have a long width at right side, but I don't want to keep this long width because it will affect to the other menu. That's why I want to reduce the width over here. So here is the width option, and from the default I want to go with the custom. And with the custom, you can take a look. We got perfect width for our text, and now we can take the text to the top, and you have to use the offset option for taking the text at top or bottom. So I want to take it at top side. That's why I have to go with the offset Y option. So this is for moving left and right, and this is the option for moving up and down. So for moving this text at top side, you have to move this pointer at left side, or you have to go with the negative value in here. So let me take it at left side. Okay, let me scroll up. Okay, I want to place the text over here, and I want to move this text a little right side. Okay, I think now it looks good. So I have to add more 3 things. Okay, so for adding more 3 menu, we have to follow the same process, and let's start from the beginning. For adding the 3 menu, we have to go for the first heading in here. Here is the plus option for adding the new section, and let me select the structure. Okay, here is my new place for adding widget, and I want to use the heading. Let me drag and drop the heading. Let me write place to visit. Okay, we have to change the text color from style option, text color, black color, and now we have to move this text at top. That's why we have to go for the advanced option, and we have to do 2 things. The first one is we have to go for the absolute position, and we have to go for the custom width option. Okay, so with the use of custom width, you will be able to make connect with the portion. And now we have to take the text at top. Okay, and now I want to take it in right side. Okay, let me explain you one thing. That is, as we use the custom width, that's why we have only the width with the text. But when you will use the default width, then you can take a look, it covered with the rest things at right side. So when you will place another menu or another text over here, the next text will be covered by this width, and in that case the CSS ID may not work. And that's why using of custom width is a good practice for creating the custom menu, and that's why I'm using the custom width. Okay, so now we have to add 2 more menu. So let's follow the same process. We have to write over here about, black color, custom width, absolute position, about. Okay, now let's add the final one, that's called contact. Custom width, absolute position, okay. Now we got our 4 menu: video, place to visit, about, and contact. Now we will connect this video section with this video menu. So when someone will click on this video menu, then the site will be automatically redirect till here. Likewise, when someone will click on place to visit, the site will directly move to till here. So we have to connect through the CSS ID. So let's start with the video part. So here is the video part and here is the block of video. So you have to create a CSS ID for this video block. And for creating a CSS ID, please make sure you click on this 6 dot or call the edit section. And from there you have to go through the advanced tab, and under the advanced tab you will get this CSS ID option. So I want to write over here video 1. Okay, so video 1, this is my CSS ID, and once you type the CSS ID you just have to click the update option. Okay, so I just created CSS ID for video 1. Now we have to connect this CSS ID with the menu. So let's go to the top and let's select the video menu. So when you will click on this video menu, under the edit heading, and you have to go through the content, and here is the text of this video, and then you will get this link option. So in link you have to type hash button, and then you have to type which CSS ID or which portion you want to connect with this menu. So we are going to connect the video portion, that's why we used video 1 CSS ID for the video section, and that's why we just have to use the same CSS ID and we have to use it with the hash button. So at first you have to write the hash button, then you have to type the CSS ID, and please make sure there are no space are provided in the CSS ID as well as no space provided in the link option. So once you are done, you have to update the post. Okay, so let's take a look in our preview page. Okay, so here is the video option or video menu. So when I am placing my mouse cursor to the video, you can take a look, my mouse cursor is changed. So in here we have different type of mouse cursor, and in here we have the different type of mouse cursor. So let me click on this video menu. Okay, cool, it's directly take me in the video part. So this is the proper use of CSS ID. So let's do the same things for this 3 menu. So now we have to go for the place to visit. Let's go with the editing page. So here is the place to visit, you have to select with your mouse, and here is the place to visit content. And before that I have to create the CSS ID for place to visit section. So let's scroll down, here is the place to visit, and I have to create CSS ID for this section. And please make sure you just click on this 6 dot, advanced tab, CSS ID, let me write place to visit, and please make sure what spelling you used in here, you have to type the same things over link option. So I want to copy these things, and now let's select this place to visit menu, and here is the link. Let me type hash and let me paste the place to visit, and let me update the post. Now we have to go for the about section. So here is the about section, and please make sure you select this 6 dot, and in CSS ID let's write about, and in menu, in about menu, let's link with the hash about. Okay, now time for contact. Okay, advanced, CSS ID, contact, and let's go with the contact with here. So I just selected this contact option. Here is the content, and let me write hash contact. And now let me update this post. And now let's take a look in our preview page. So here is the preview page, and here is the video option, and it's working as well. Now let's click on place to visit. Okay, it's directly move on place to visit. Here is the about, and let's take a look at contact. Okay, so every section is working well with the CSS ID, and this is really awesome. So finally we complete our task. Okay, so let's take a look from the beginning what we added. And here is at the top we got the slideshow, and it's a movable or auto-played slideshow. We got the menu at top with the CSS ID. Here we got the heading. We got 4 different image, and if you want to build the page along with this nature, culture, food and wildlife, you can add the page as well. Okay, then we added the video file, then we added place to visit, then we added about, and finally we added the contact option. So we complete a website, and I think it's really looks good. So if you really want to learn website development using WordPress and Elementor, then you can create a same website like me, and you can submit it to me so I can take a look. And if you have any mistake, or if you need any help during learning, you can knock me so I can help you out. And one more thing I want to tell you, if you're stuck in anywhere during practicing or during learning this course, don't hesitate to contact with me. I'm always there for you to help you out. You just have to ask me the question. Okay, so we created a beautiful website from the beginning, and now we will jump to our next lesson.